Hey folks, welcome back. All right, here's the scenario. You and your people are bugging out. Maybe it's your family, maybe it's your team. Whoever you're with, you're going to want to stop at night or periodically stop and check your back trail. Either way, when you stop, you need to make sure you're not being followed. Now here's a real certain way to do this. It's called the fish hook or the button hook technique. Black will represent our people and red will represent potential bad guys. So first, what we're going to want to do is we're going to move down the trail. All right, and we're going to see off to our right, in this case, a hilltop. Now this is a good place to stop. But you notice this X, that's the actual peak of the hill. We don't want to get up there because you'll be silhouetted against the skyline. Rather, you're going to want to stay off of what's called the military crest. That's where if you have a ridge line that runs like this, you don't want to stand on top of it because you'll stick out like a sore thumb. You want to stay just on this side or on the other side and looking over the top. So in this case, we're going to stay off of the top of the hill so that we're not silhouetted because we think somebody may be following us back down this trail. So we're going to move and we're going to see that's a good place to stop. But we're not going to go straight there because that may leave a trail that somebody will follow us directly to. Instead, what we're going to do is we're going to pass the hill and then we're going to do what's called a button hook. We're going to move back in a circular fashion. And we're going to set up our OP right here. This is where we're going to set up so that we can watch back down the trail. Now, here's what's going to happen if you have somebody following you. They're going to come along the trail like so. And if they're really good at tracking, they're going to see where you left the trail. Now, if you had walked straight up there and you didn't curve around, they would say, let's say that you left the trail and you went straight there, okay? If you went straight there, as soon as they saw where you left the trail, they will immediately focus their attention and all of their optics in the direction that this trail is moving. And they're going to say they're probably up on that hill and they're going to fan out and close in and catch you. But if you walk in this curve, by the time you see them here, you know that they are following you. So you have the option, one of two things, and I recommend that you bug out. I recommend that you pack your gear up, and as soon as they get here and you know that they're going to come down here and start following your back trail, you bug out this way. You want to make sure wherever you set up, you've got a couple of avenues of escape. I would escape this way. That way you have this terrain feature between you and them. They can't see you when you run down the back side of this hill and you take off that way. So here's how it would look. They'd come up, they'll find you left the trail, and they'll immediately start following the trail. Well, as they're doing that, you and your people are going to bug out this way. You're going to take off in this direction at a rapid pace, hopefully. The second alternative to that would be if you were in combat as a soldier, you would have the option to engage. I always recommend that you pass that one by because that's going to be, look, anytime you get into a fight, it costs you something, okay? Even if it's just bullets. The best thing to do is just to escape. So when they start following this trail back here, they're going to essentially have to climb over this hill. While they're climbing over this hill, you're running downhill and picking up speed and getting away. But also you know something. Now you know you're being followed. And that'll segue into the next videos that we do about breaking contact and about how to lose somebody and how to counter-track. Because if they've followed you thus far, there's a chance that they know how to track. And if you know how to not leave signs and you know how to track, you're going to be able to essentially disappear when you want to. All right, folks, this has been the Maine Prepper, and that's just a real quick tip on the fish hook technique for movement so that you can escape if somebody is following you, and you will know if you're being followed. The fish hook or button hook. Thank you for tuning in, folks, and come back later. We'll have another video talking about what to do if they are actually following you and how you can disappear.